Right, this is my first attempt at cooking with a video, so you'll have to bear with me. So tonight we're doing bully beef. So first of all, we take some onions and we put them into the pan. I just use plain white onion. We're going to sweat that onion down. A bit of oil. You know, I like to use a bit of olive oil, but you can use any oil you wish. A bit of grapeseed or vegetable oil, or whatever oil you've got to hand. We get that cooking in the pot. Sweat them down so they become a little bit translucent, and that's your onions on the way. Now, one of the main things I like to do when I'm cooking is to prep everything up front. As you can see here, we've prepped the peppers, we've got the Scotch bonnet, we've got the corned beef, we've got the tomato, we've got our herbs and spices, a bit of tomato puree, and that's pretty much it. That's everything that goes into this dish. Now, there is lots of variants of this dish. People put sweet corn in it, people put different coloured peppers in it. Now, it all depends on the mood that you're in at the time and what else you've got to hand. Now, so this one is going to be a nice simple one, using just green peppers, onions, Scotch bonnet, and a few herbs and spices. So, once the onion's starting to sweat down, you can then look at adding the green bell pepper. Now, again, let that start to sweat down. It's now when I like to put my herbs in. So, a bit of thyme, a bit of garlic, and a bit of paprika. Don't put all the paprika in this time, I'll save a little bit till the end. Then, a good stir up, get it all working together. You can see now, the onions are sweating down, the peppers are sweating down, there's a bit of colour starting to form on the food. Now we're going to go in with some of the corned beef. Now the corned beef will break down, so it doesn't matter what size chunks you put it in. I tend just to cut it up into big chunks, and then leave that to break down in the pan with the rest of the vegetables, giving it all a good stir, mixing everything together. Now, this dish I've been cooking since I was about 12, 13 years of age. Very popular dish when we were young. Unfortunately, corned beef is not the same price today as it was then. Now it's becoming quite an expensive dish, whereas when we were kids, this was considered a poor man's dish. So we've got all the corned beef, the peppers, the spices, and the onions cooking well. Now we'll add a bit of tomato. Now, I like to use fresh tomatoes, and what I do is I boil them in a bit of water, remove the skins, de-seed them, and then put them in. Now, you can use tin tomatoes, it's your preference. I just like the taste of the fresh tomatoes. Also, you've not got as much water in the dish. What you don't want is a very wet bully beef, because that can not be very nice. Now, into there now, I put the last of the paprika. And I also like to put in a nice spoon of tomato puree. Now, I use the double concentrated puree, so it's obviously a bit strong, you don't need as much. Now, again, just keep stirring everything together, and everything will start breaking down and combining. It's a really, really tasty dish, this. If you've never tried corned beef, you must try it. Now, the one thing I like is a bit of heat. Now, I use half a Scotch bonnet in mine. You can use the amount of Scotch bonnet that suits you. But you might even want a full Scotch bonnet. But I've removed the seeds, I've removed the pith, so it is literally just the Scotch bonnet that's there. We'll have a little bit of a tidy. At the same time, always remember, you've got to keep the place clean. Nothing worse than a scruffy kitchen. Now, So now everything's starting to come together. And you might want to add a little bit of water to this to give it a little bit more moisture, but I prefer not to. I like to have it fairly dry. And if I'm actually feeling a little bit brave, sometimes I even add a little bit of hot pepper sauce. But on this occasion we won't be doing that because it's not what I want today. So there you can see now everything's getting together well. It's all combining. It's nice and it's always good to have a little bit of music while you're playing as well, cooking. Music and food always goes very well together. There we are. That's everything combined and everything looking good. Now I'll be serving this with some rice. I'm going to make some little fried plantain discs. I'm also going to make a nice fried dumpling, because what I do like to do is make a nice little fried dumpling corned beef sandwich. Nothing better. So thank you for letting me share this video with you, and hopefully this will give me a little bit more confidence to make some more videos in the future. And on that note, this is me signing out.